I just saw Clown in a Cornfield, and I don't know what's up with these movies. There's a reference to Founders Day in this, which immediately triggered this memory of the movie Founders Day from last year. I have a review out for that movie. But they were both absolutely awful movies that I feel were like review bombed, or the opposite, where people are just paid to give a movie such great reviews. Because I remember Founders Day had a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now it's down to a 49. Clown in a Cornfield started at a 93, and I believe is now down to a 73. It's a movie that I went into thinking there's something like really great in this movie that I'm ready for the subversive moment. People were even saying this is what Hell of a Summer wished it could be, and I liked Hell of a Summer. I thought that was very funny. It wasn't a horror movie, but it was a parody of a horror. I liked Hell of a Summer a lot more. I thought Clown in a Cornfield is just egregious. It's really slow, and it does everything that I don't want in movies. Firstly, the acting is not that great. The visuals of this movie are also okay. They're nothing great. The opening made me think that maybe I misjudged it, because it opens with this really kind of fun kill scene that's very quick, but then it had this cool transition from the 90s to the present, and I was thinking, okay, this could be a fun, subversive, almost not another teen movie type of parody film, but it really wasn't that. That's why I would recommend Hell of a Summer more. I think Clown in a Cornfield just is so slow. It's so boring. There's not a lot of setups and payoffs. It also has a huge horror movie sin where there are very few horror elements throughout most of the movie. Like, there's probably 30-minute breaks between each kill. And then at the end, similar to Founders Day, it has this really awful reveal where, I don't want to give it away, but the reveal of who the clown is in this is just disappointing, guys. It might have some good messages, and there also is this interesting LGBTQ plus element, which I'd heard about before I went to see this. People were saying, Clown in a Cornfield supports gay rights. That's great. I love that. There's other great movies that do a better job, though. Hell of a Summer, for example. That did a great job at having LGBTQ plus characters. I don't know, I just wish that any of the characters, not the two characters you find out, oh, they're gay. Sure. But, none of the characters in this are memorable. That's just probably one of the core issues. I feel like they kind of set up this thing at the end where you find out two people like each other, and it's okay. My friend who I saw this with was clapping. It was that's so cute, but I was the ever cynical person, none of these characters are interesting. Why is this important? I couldn't really get behind any of the romance or love stories. I didn't even get into what this movie's about, because it's really just a very cookie cutter story. This girl moves to a small town with her father, who's going to be a local doctor, and there's just a series of clown killings in the neighborhood. But it's not even it's structured like a typical slasher movie. This isn't even a slasher. It has a couple of kills, but it doesn't follow that same format. It feels very artificial and very fake. The dialogue in this movie, between the father and daughter especially, feels very artificial. I didn't feel like they were a real father and daughter. It felt low budget and like a fake movie because of that. It made me appreciate a movie like Thanksgiving, the Eli Roth movie, which at least I thought that movie was very over the top and a little unbelievable, but it made me think that while that was so funny and, dumb and purposely over the top, at least it had characters that felt real. At least it had a killer that was one person that I could kind of understand. This movie is just all over the place. It can't pick a lane to really settle down in. It's wants to do so many different things, wants to have all this commentary on old America and conservatives. It just did not work for me at all. I thought this was a boring, ugly, slow movie that just really is never entertaining. And the worst thing of all is it isn't funny or scary, and it should be both. So I really didn't like Clown in a Cornfield. It just kind of left me thinking this was just a really shitty movie. I was really hoping for an over-the-top, fun, not Rocky Horror Picture Show levels, but just something that was a crowd pleaser. This was not a crowd pleaser, and I felt lied to by all the reviews I saw that said this was a masterpiece. So that's what I think. I think Clown of a Cornfield is a very direct-to-DVD, boring movie that you'll forget about. It's not that great, and I didn't really love it. So thank you guys for watching this review. Let me know if you've seen this movie, if you like it. I recommend Hell of a Summer. I thought it was a lot better.